isn't probably the most accurate way to go ahead and see RPM, but I mean, the inside of it, this mower is probably, in my opinion, at end of life here. It doesn't appear that it's been serviced very regularly, but you know, one of the important things with these small engines is that, and they live a hard life, is to make sure that you maintain them, at least as far as changing the air filters and stuff like that, and fuel filters and all those necessary maintenance items. So I sharpened the blades on this. There's 3 blades on here, and we changed out the air filter, dated it and marked it with the appropriate information, and put a pre-screen in there. New air filter down there, and the oil filter. These are kind of a pain in the butt because you have to remove the cover anyways. I'm sure that's how this got busted to begin with. I'll upload that video of me taking this apart. These one of my complaints about the whites line is that they had to, in order to compete, they had to cheapen up the line so much that everything's plastic. And I think Briggs actually used a better plastic on their cover there than Whites did on the and that was, believe it or not, that was fresh oil with a fresh oil filter. So that's how black this oil was in here, gunky and black, and just good old nastiness. I'll try to I was originally going to put some epoxy in that for them, but you know, unfortunately that's it's par for the course. It looks like you know, they had dropped something on there at one point too, possibly. Cleaned up the light bar, you know, I don't know, it's just a pet peeve of mine. Greased the spindles, checked the air pressure is good. I mean, these were decent mowers. One of these blades is not like the other, and this blade was actually very loose sitting on the bottom of the spindle. I'm not sure what you hit here, but I'm not surprised that you don't see a difference in cut out in the yard. Again, I'm not sure, but this looks like it was replaced very recently, and this was hanging off the spindle. So I'll try to show you this. So the reason your deck doesn't seem like it goes all the way down for you is because what's happening here. So the cable works fine. The cable and the lever. The cable is attached to a couple pulleys in there, and then that works fine. But what happens is, because whoever took the deck off last time didn't put the deck in the back in that hole there, that's why your settings bottom out. You bottom out because you ride on these wheels when the mower is sitting on the ground. And if you look over on this side, someone this looks like someone fabricated a pin there, but the cable itself works fine. And then up in the front here, you can see someone did not tighten these nuts back up all the way either. So this actually does not, it's not, the deck's not floating right all together. So what I'll do is I'll put it in the lower setting there. But yeah, I mean, the cable works fine. It's just when you're dropping your deck down at the lever over there, it bottoms out on these wheels, so that, because the deck's already all the way down, so it seems like there's no further settings. But it looks like you guys ride on the wheels pretty good anyways. Again, that hole in the deck, that's a pretty substantial hole. It's You might be able to get somebody to weld a patch in there. I wouldn't weld a patch in there, but and then this wheel here's bent out. I'd try to bend it back out, but I think that if I try to bend it back out, I'll probably break the welds there. So we'll adjust the deck out and try to get it so that it was Milton or Jamie. I got my names all confused up. Can be confident there's a couple more settings there for length of cut. Most people cut at 3 inches, but we'll just move, see if you can kind of see the movement here. I don't know if you can or not, really, but let's see if we can look at the cable. I mean, the cable's not stretched. Cable looks fine on both sides. It's just whoever had the deck off and put the deck back on, you can kind of see where the deck used to be at by the scrapes of the paint there on the metal there. So there are 2 holes, 2 settings there. So when I put this back down, we'll put in that second set of settings, and I'll see if I can also tighten that up. I put a mark here. This is ideally where you should operate it without me having to rip the muff can off and get into the governor settings and stuff like that. That's just a way to slow down the idle a little bit on this. The RPMs, as you'll see in the video, are a little high in my opinion. They're supposed to be 3600 is the max RPMs on the Briggs & Stratton V-Twin. That being said, you know, it seems like it runs fine. It's a worn motor. I mean, you can hear it's worn. I greased your outside fittings as well. I already said that I greased the inside fittings in a previous video here that I'm going to stitch together. But we'll try to have this back to you late this evening or early tomorrow